Alright, hello everyone. This is game 1 of our online club championship where I'll play Elliott in a moment here. I'm uploading this mainly for the benefit of the club, but if anyone else comes across this video, I've included a short explanation of our club league in the description. Alright, I'll annotate my thoughts live as we play, so let's get started. Elliott plays so many different openings. So it's incredibly hard to prep for him, since, I mean, he plays just about everything. So I just haven't prepped at all. And the first move, there would probably be a little bit of a delay on this first move. And we'll get started when he's ready. Alright, a Karro. Okay, so I've always played the 2 knights against this, at least recently. And I think we played a Karro game not too long ago, so I should be pretty well equipped to handle this. And I'm just gonna look to follow this up with knight f3. Yeah, if he does play a Karro. If he played something like g6, then of course I'd play d4 and just go into probably a 150 attack against what would be a Pirtz. Okay, and this is just Elliott's very boring way of dodging any theoretical lines. So really what it is, though, it's just kind of like a worse French defense, because he's going to eventually want to play the c5 move, but he's going to have a wasted tempo. So let's see, I've got a couple options. I can just push the pawn, but I think I'd like to wait until there's a knight here and I can make it move again. So probably what I'll do, I'll probably just play d4. Yeah, and now I have the entire center, and Elliott doesn't have any developed pieces, so I'm reasonably happy with this position. I'm sure he's happy with it too, just dodging any theoretical lines. Okay, so yeah, this is just like a winnower, but he's down a tempo. And my e-pawn is hit now, since my knight is pinned, so I'm probably looking to push this. The only problem is, the only difference between this and the winnower is after I push and he plays c5, I don't have f4 to play. Oh no, I'm thinking of the classical, never mind. Yeah, sure. Now after this and he pushes c5, I can just play this and nothing changes. Okay, yeah, I totally mixed that up with the classical, so I'm, I think, pretty happy just to push this pawn. And since this is a longer game, there will probably be less commentary for the opening. We've since migrated to 15 plus 2, and that's a little bit quicker paced, but this is kind of slow. Might even switch windows here and browse Reddit. Okay, never mind. He's ready to go. Okay, so knight e7, and that knight could come to g6, and if that knight does come to g6, I definitely will want to push h4 and look to make it uncomfortable. However, I think I want to do one of 2 things here. I think, well, maybe 3. I think my candidate moves here are bishop d3, bishop g5, which I'm less excited about, or a3. I might just throw in a3 first, so I can sort of ask his bishop a question, see what it's planning on doing. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that first, I think. Well, a3. What if he plays queen a5 there? I think I just follow up with bishop d2. Nothing too dangerous, I don't think. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. This knight can also come to f5. Probably a better square than g6. But I think I would be reasonably happy just moving bishop d3 and trading. And now he's played b5. I'm not at all sure what this is all about. This move just looks bad to me. It looks like it's going to be incredibly hard to play c5. I could maybe even just play a4 and then bishop a3, and I don't even need to take that a pawn back, just so he doesn't get c5, and I might do that. Yeah, the only problem with that is after a4 and he captures and bishop a3, he does have bishop a6, and then he's trading off my good bishop, which is unfortunate. So maybe I'll do something different. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he can't play c5 anyway, because his b pawn hangs. Yeah, so I'm thinking just bishop d3, get myself castled. Nice and vanilla. This way, if he is threatening bishop a6 at some point, I can just play queen e2 and not have to worry about it. I don't want to be giving up my light squared bishop for his light squared bishop. Mine is much better. His is blocked by all of his pawns that he's conveniently placed on light squares. Convenient for me. Okay, well, knight g6 is probably out of the question now. That would be a very odd pawn structure. It's possible, but just unlikely. Yeah, I mean, he played that. He just didn't want to see knight g5. And maybe I'll play h4. He castles, and then I just play that anyway. I wonder if that's something. It's a little fishing poley. It might be a little too tricky. I'm not even sure if that's. No, I don't think so. I think I just castle here and be perfectly happy with the weaknesses that he's created for himself. I didn't even have to put in any work to create those weaknesses, so we'll just castle. Okay. Coming to c4 probably, which is fine, I think. I'm castled. Probably I play a4 now, get my rook in the game, start to make things, I think, uncomfortable for him. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, okay, so a4, what if he plays queen here? Do I just do that anyway, I think? Yeah, I think so. Bishop a3. That seems okay. Oh, yeah, let's go for this. I know my pawns are pointing to the king side and I should be playing on the king side, but there's no weaknesses over there and I can't really create any, so we'll take this moment to play a4 and see how he responds. It's not easy to guard that. There's not really a convenient way to do it. Hopefully I can catch up on the time a little bit. I think he has to play a queen move, unless I'm just totally missing out on what's going on in the position. I mean, he could play bishop a6, but that's it looks kind of bad. If he plays bishop a6, I don't even know the capture his pawn spin. So, I think he has to play like queen b6 or queen a5. If he plays queen b6, though, his knight wanted to come there, so that's not good. Yeah, he's just worked himself into a really uncomfortable position, which is what happens when you dodge theory sometimes. There's a reason why theory is theory. Usually it's, the best moves. Okay, maybe this is unprofessional, I don't know, but let's see what's going on Reddit. Keep the masses entertained. Alright. Oops. What's this? Oh, Reddit. This is a bit like when you're playing in a tournament game and you're walking away from the board. It just lets you, when you tab back in to sort of reassess the position, clear your head, which is something you should do. So, I kind of want to take that. If I take it, can he play c5? Is that something I should even be worried about? Probably not. Take c5. Is it in my best interest to stop him from playing c5? Does bishop a3 even stop him from playing c5? I think he just plays it anyway. The reason why I'm looking at c5 is because it's the only real pawn break that he has. I mean, he can play f6, but not really until he gets castled. And he needs to find a pawn break so he gets squares for his pieces. Yeah, I'm probably pretty dead set on rook takes a4. Seems fine. He can play knight b6 and attack my rook, and then I move. But my job is done. I just wanted to get rid of this b pawn, so when this happens I can just take it. I'm totally happy doing that. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. Okay, yeah, fine. So now I just need to find the best square for my rook. I'd like to put it there, but knight just comes there, so that's unfortunate. Not that I'm losing the rook or anything, but I just have to move it again. Because the queen is on it. So, maybe rook a2? so that maybe after this bishop comes out, not necessarily on d2, but rook a2, and then I can swing my queen over. Might be able to get some play that way against this weak a-pawn. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with rook a2. Let's do that. It's better than a1. I don't see any reason to bring it back to a1. And I want a3 for my bishop, potentially. So, this looks fine to me. I don't think he's playing c5. I mean, I can take it. My pawn structure is not great, so that's probably not something I would do, but maybe if he does play c5, maybe I play bishop check and then take it, or something along those lines. It's hard to say right now. That doesn't look great. I don't think I need to respond to c5 at all. Oh. Huh. Just going for that really early, I see. That's very strange. So now I can play here and then here. And that's a really nice diagonal for my bishop. Just everything about this is nice. He can never kick my rook off a2. There is not a piece that exists that will ever get to the point where I can kick my rook off a2. And he can never really even take control of a3 either. So after my bishop gets to c5, I can just load up on this pawn. It's going to advance, but I can just load up on this pawn, and then when I want to, I can capture the knight and then take the pawn. Theoretically, that is how I'd like that situation to go. So I think let's go ahead and play bishop a3. I wonder, bishop a3, can he do that? And something like that. I think if I go bishop a3 and he does this, I think I just guard it really good. Oh no, I can still do this. So yeah, that doesn't do anything. Just looking for squares of mine that are weak and where he can put his pieces, but he doesn't really have anywhere to put his pieces because of his opening choice. All that being said, I think I'm only slightly better here. It's just how chess works. Sometimes you can make a few positional inaccuracies and it's not going to kill you. It's just, unless you're playing some superhuman or something. Okay, so I can win a pawn here. Do I want to? Is it worth it? Well, this bishop's gone. I mean, that's plain and simple. But do I want to make this exchange and then this? Or do I want to come here and get rid of this knight? Because I don't want that knight on c4. I just don't. That's too much. That's not in my best interest. If I go here, knight here, maybe? And then what if I take the knight? I don't need to take it yet. No, I don't think I would need to take it yet. I feel reasonably confident with bishop c5. The only way he can attack it is if he moves his knight back, which is something I would really like him to do. Man, bishop takes though. That just keeps on looking more and more attractive. I mean, it wins a pawn. How can I resist? Bishop takes. He doesn't really have an intermezzo. He can't really take there. I take back with the pawn, and I'm very excited about that. Oh no, he can't. No. If I take, I'm on his queen, so he has to take back. And then I play rook takes. And then whenever he takes here, I'll just still play rook takes, but I can always take back with this pawn, and then I keep his knight out of c4. So the only reason why I was looking at bishop c5 was that, to keep his knight out of c4 by trading it off. But if I can do this and keep his knight off c4 and win a pawn, then I'll, of course, make that choice. So yeah, unfortunately, he did get my good bishop, which that's part of the game. It's gonna happen. Okay, so now when I take here, I'm on the bishop twice. He's got to respond to that. And if he moves the bishop, I will be taking the rook with check, which is useful. So I think let's go ahead and win this pawn here. Everything should be fine. There's no sneaky queen moves, I don't think. Yeah, very happy with my position now. So now that I can stop his threat on the queen side, I have more space on the king side. So even though he had more space, and he should have been able to take advantage of that, or at the very least hold his advantage that he had on the queen side, he did have a space advantage. I was still able to win this pawn, so this is promising. Okay, so let's figuratively walk away from the board again. Just need to clear my head because we're entering a transitional phase where there's not really much to talk about. There's going to be a few exchanges, and then I will likely shift to the queen side, I think. Ooh, that looks very nice. Cool. You don't get a lot of villages like that in Rust. Okay. What's going on? I hadn't looked at that move. I'll admit that, but I think I can just take it. He has to take with this. I think that move is ridiculous. I think it's losing, actually. Is it losing? Can I take this? Pawn takes. And I can play queen a1. But he can play queen b7? Question mark? It might be positionally losing. I'm not entirely sure if it's tactically losing. Well, I'll just see how he plays this. But this looks solid for me. I'm very happy with this. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop this. I mean, I'm taking this with check. So he can't... I'm not sure what he's doing. So I'm up a pawn. There's going to be double isolated pawns here. And I have control of the c5 square. So when there are double isolated pawns, he can at least try to trade this one off if he gets control of the c5 square. But I can always just put a rook there. As soon as he starts like loading up on it and is threatening to push it, I can always just drop a rook there, and then he can't move that pawn. I want to fix that weakness. He would want to trade it off. Yeah, so this is going to be considerably uncomfortable for him. And now my knight gets this square, where he can probably do this maneuver, which I think is something that I'm going to cash in on. I'll play queen a1 first, I think, just to tie his pieces down. But this is the kind of thing that, oh yeah, this is just fantastic. This is very, very nice. Let's see. I mean, this is incredibly convenient for me that I have queen a1, he has the guard, and then I have queen here, or here, which, you know, stops him from castling, or it hits this or something, and then I can swing this rook here. So I have so many good moves, I'm just not sure which one to play. I think I'm dead set on queen a1, so I just want to make sure he doesn't have any checks, he doesn't have captures, no, nothing. So let's, and I don't think he has a defense, he can't move his bishop, so I'm pretty pleased with this. question mark. Okay, well, tab back here. So something you want to avoid doing in these positions, if you are playing white here, in a position like this, where you are clearly better, but maybe not totally outright winning, maybe. You don't want to look at the board too much. I mean, you're gonna confuse yourself. So it is nice to sort of switch away and come back. We'll come back now since he moved, but it's nice to do that just so you don't. You don't want to miss the simple stuff. I could look at this position for a long time and see a bunch of complicated stuff, but then if I miss that, I can just like take a free pawn and attack his king or something. Then I've wasted a bunch of time. Okay, so I'm looking at queen a3 here, where I will stop his king from castling, and I'm looking to play rook a1 after, and I think he's just totally frozen. I'm just not. Shout out to Elsa. I'm just not sure. I don't know how he can defend that. I mean, I like to assume that he can. So queen a3. What does he need to defend after queen a3? He doesn't need to defend anything. He sort of gets a free move. Queen a3 makes castling kingside not possible since I control that. He can castle queenside, something I tend to miss, but I'm just going to take this. So he can't. This rook stays. This queen stays. He must always keep that there. So after queen a3, he can't even really go king here because I do always have this. So I don't think this is working for him. So to give a line, for example, well, let's go ahead and play queen a3. If he does play king here, and I can swing over with this, and then I'm threatening queen check, where I will then. Oh, wait a second, I'm confusing myself. If he plays king there right away, can he do that? King d7. So now I think I can just slide my rook over, and then I'm on this 3 times. He can't guard it, so if he moves it, then I can play. This is what I was talking about with queen check. I could play queen check, his king must move back, and then I will just go ahead and take this pretty much for free. So I have the winning idea. Now I need to figure out, should I play queen check first? Is that better? It might be. Queen check first, king moves. Let's say e8, because it looks less likely that he'll get mated if he goes to e8. And then I swing my rook over. The problem with that is I'm not threatening anything after I do that. I'm not threatening this bishop, because he has 2 defenders. So I do think I need to play this rook check first so that I am threatening something and force him to move his bishop. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That looks pretty solid. Am I getting back ranked? If I play rook here, can he play rook b8? I might be getting back ranked. Let's go ahead and do that anyway. It looks like a strong move. If he sees this, then congrats. But I think I'm just infiltrating on his king if he does that. He would also, I mean, he still needs to solve this threat, so I can, fix the back rank, and then he can, figure out his threat, but he might be able to defend that, actually. That's interesting that he does have that. I can also play, if he does play rook b8, I can also play knight d2 to solve the back rank, because it guards this square, and then you can also come back here. but then it does something that I wanted to do before. It brings my knight in the game via, you know, this avenue, somewhere over here. C5 is especially soft since it's a fork. So maybe that's something I'll do instead. That's probably a little better than just playing some pedestrian h3 move. Very Morphe style, bringing another piece into the attack. So maybe I do want to avoid, you know, if he does this, playing queen d6 check. It wouldn't accomplish my goal. It wouldn't deconnect the rooks, if that's a word. So. Oh. Well, wait. If he moves this here, there's still only 2 defenders on this. So I've been missing this whole time. So, okay. So I can just defend the back rank, you know, via knight d2. And he still can't move his bishop. It's not possible. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Because I'll just take this. So what's the deal? Cool. I just wanted to make sure. So okay, so knight d2, or I can play the safer move. I can just do this now, and that's much safer. Man, it's safer, but knight d2 looks better. Very difficult. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm mostly concerned about after I inevitably win a piece or something. I don't want, you know, b2 is soft, and then, you know, this pawn's being attacked. I kind of want the luxury of being able to move my knight to e1 and guard it, as totally silly as that sounds. So let's go ahead. We're just going to play the safe move and just play h3. It might not be the best move, but it needs to be played. And this threat remains, and he can't guard it. The only way he doesn't lose his bishop is if he moves it, and then I just take his rook. So everything seems to be fine. This is why I decided on the h3 move. I don't need to force anything. Make sure we're still recording. Wouldn't that be a damn shame? Interesting. Okay. Well, I can. So he'll get some play anyway, which is fine. I think maybe what I want to do though is keep the queens on and play queen d6 check, and then go ahead and throw this in. So I just want to, I think, throw in this queen d6 check move first, so that I force his king to the back rank, and then I'm going to get some play against his king, just so I keep the initiative and he doesn't, because I don't know if I can hold on to these 2 pawns. I don't know if that's happening. I don't know if that's a game that I want to play. So let's see. So queen check. King moves anywhere. And I can even throw that in if I wanted to. I'm not sure if I do. The only thing that I'm hesitant about is that after queen check and the king moves and I take this, does he have queen takes? Check, takes, rook takes. Check, my king moves, but then I'm on this and I'm on this, and I have a queen and a knight against the rook. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm hesitant about, but I think I need to play it. Yeah, this needs to happen. His rooks will be separated. I can get some play, I think. Ah, he resigned. Made it easy for me. Okay, cool. Alright, let's see. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and stop the recording here and just run the analysis myself. Okay, cool. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and game 2 we should play in a couple days, and I'll go ahead and upload it right after I play it. Alright, thanks again, and have a good night.